No, I hear you. It's true. I mean, it's one of those jobs where I say the early morning or late afternoon phone calls or all the emails and stuff like that. I know they'll be there tomorrow, but then I know I already had tomorrow planned, and I'm like, if I don't deal with this today, tomorrow's gonna blow. And tomorrow's gonna blow anyway, because there's always something that I have to deal with that I wasn't expecting to anyway, because that's the nature of the job. But it like you just said, you and I both said that whole mindset of it all. Like, why does it blow? Like, I'm being paid. It's not supposed to blow. I'm being paid to help other people solve problems that they don't know how to solve offhand. Sometimes I don't even know, but my job is to know who to call or what the resources are or anything like that, track down an answer. So all in all, it doesn't blow. It just blows when stuff piles up. And you're staring at it like this overwhelming feeling of, I'm never getting through all this shit. Like, this is just, it ain't going nowhere. I want to be doing this forever. This whole pipeline of stuff, but it's the nature of the beast.
But what do you like? There's sometimes that I could probably get my estimates done same day. Like I have my estimates set up at 1 and 3 o'clock. Sometimes I'll triple book myself just if it's like in Westminster. I'll set one at like 9 a.m. so I can just go straight there. But when I finish my 3 o'clock, I normally wait until the next morning to do those estimates, so I don't have to work until like 5 or 6 o'clock or whatever that day. Realistically, probably have been a little earlier, but because I've gotten it down pretty good. But like anything that happens that next morning, which typically something comes up, it becomes a really stressful day for me, even though I know I had time the night before. It's like, what were you doing in that time that you didn't do the thing when you should have done it? Like, you just like, oh, well, it's 4 o'clock. I just kind of want to be off. Like, what are you doing from 4 till 6 o'clock or whatever when you're at the house?
Direct question to me?
Yeah.
So, my drive home is usually, if I leave by 4, I'm usually back at the house by 5, 4:45, 5, somewhere in there. And then I'll immediately start dinner usually. While dinner's cooking, I'm talking and hanging out with the kids for a bit. Dinner's finished, they'll eat like preferably between 6 and 7. And then whatever's time's left, we're doing homework, we're playing for a bit, and then ideally we start bedtime between 7 and 8. And bedtime usually takes half an hour to an hour, depending upon how tired the kids are, getting them changed and the teeth brushed and all that kind of stuff, and reading stories and all that. And then once they're in bed, usually takes maybe another hour, hour and a half, and then fall asleep. So all in all, probably done by like between 10 and 11 usually, when the kids are finally asleep.
And you still got work that you need to get done
every day
from the day?
Every day. I mean, even when I don't have projects, I'm supposed to be bidding. So if I'm not bidding and I've got projects, then that means I've got change orders to finish writing. I've got RFIs to write. I've got just paperwork. It's always some type of documentation that has to happen. And a lot of it you can't screw around with. Like, you can't just like fudge numbers or whatever. You've got to be accurate. Because if not, it'll bite you in the butt later. The stuff just piles up, whether you're in a project or not. But yeah, that's the nature of the job. And our estimates you usually can't turn around in a day, because usually we depend on equipment manufacturers quoting specific equipment, like stuff we could probably ballpark, give or take, if we're doing a budget. But if you're trying to like get a competitive bid put together, you're waiting on your vendors to send you quotes. And on top of it, you're doing a takeoff. You're figuring out how much that ductwork is worth, and logistics side of it, the cranes, how many guys you're gonna need, all that kind of this stuff. That's the part that you guys do too. I know. It's just our estimates depend on quite a few people to get them finished. So it's a lot of coordination and communication to get it done.
I'm assuming you're not the only person in that role that has kids, though, right? Do you have is everybody saying the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of folks that their kids are grown, so they can stay in the office until 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night and knock stuff out, and then go home whenever they feel like and all that stuff. But if I do that, then stuff doesn't get done at home. So then I'm falling short there, right? Then tomorrow morning, then we're behind, or the kids didn't get to bed on time, or whatever like that. Like, it's just, if you don't keep that balance, then something falls short somewhere else. That's the way it feels. How true it is or not, I don't know, but that's the way it feels.
What time are you getting up in the morning?
Between 6 and 7 every day. Sometimes earlier, because if I've got to be on site somewhere, it ain't never half an hour away. I'm usually down your way, or DC, Northern Virginia. That's where most of our work is. It's never right around the corner.
So there's a book called Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. The morning is really the only part of the day that you can control, right? And if you look at Kobe Bryant, the Mamba mentality, he would be in the gym 2-3 hours before practice, the morning practice, getting his workouts in. But I say that to say is that's an opportunity for you to say, oh, I don't have enough time in the evening, but how much time do you have in the morning where you can control it, right? You get up, it's peace and quiet, there's not a hustle and bustle going on. That's something that you can manipulate to benefit yourself. And that's something that I utilize, getting in. I know like my most productive time mentally is in the morning, but when like 2-3 o'clock hits, it's like it's on autopilot at that point. Just knowing yourself, but that's an opportunity to seize the day, carpe diem, and take advantage of that time. Not everybody's a morning person, I'll tell you that now, but that's an opportunity of a window of time that you can utilize to your advantage.
The major.